This is your prophecy update. Bible prophecy tells us that a world government will be established just prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Well, the Paris Climate Agreement is helping to implement the United Nations Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and is an ongoing effort to establish this prophesied world government. Associated Press reports that President Donald Trump, his top aides will huddle today to discuss whether the U.S. should remain part of the Paris Climate Accord. Officials will be discussing their options on the global effort to cut down on climate warming carbon emissions, and their goal will be providing a recommendation to the president about the path forward. Now, that's according to an administration official. The non-binding international agreement went into effect last November after it was ratified by countries including the U.S. and China. The Trump's top advisors are currently divided on the issue, with some including Environmental Protection Agency head Scott Pruitt eager for the U.S. to leave the deal, which is exactly what we should do. The president pledged during his campaign to pull out of the Paris Accord, but has really wavered a little bit on the issue since he won the presidency. Well, consider this. President Obama obligated the United States citizens to work toward the full implementation of the Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. And what it is the 17 Sustainable Development Goals that make up the United Nations 2030 Agenda, and it's simply a way to redistribute the wealth of the world and to control the consumption and the production of every person on the planet. In doing so, the United States is fulfilling the will of the United Nations global governing agenda. In January 2016, the then UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon stated this at the Abu Dhabi Action Day. He stated the Paris Agreement was adopted just after the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. These are twin plans for transformative progress. Sustainable Development Goals are the vision. Climate change is the commitment. The vision and commitment should go hand in hand. They are part of our grand design. They should complement each other. If we don't implement the climate change agreement, all of these 17 goals will not be fully implemented. The Paris Climate Agreement is helping implement the Agenda 2030, which is the global governance of every person on earth. We should know whether Donald Trump will continue to implement Agenda 2030 in the United States in the very near future.